Answer every question with a question. When the buyer poses a question to you, we've all been trained to raise our hand and answer it from the time we were small children. But the best thing to do is to think about the intent behind that question and then ask another question to confirm that before you answer it. What that means is when a buyer asks you a question, if you just answer it, you could say something wrong. You could say something that hurts your sale, or you're probably guessing about what that question was and why they answered it. When we think deeply about this and they ask a question like, does it come in blue? We could ask a question like, is blue important to you? Why are you asking it at this point? Have we gotten down to the specs here? Are you sure that you want to buy and now we're just configuring? Or are there bigger questions that we need answered before we move on? A lot of things can happen in a sales call. The best thing you can do is to confirm what you're thinking is correct by asking another question.
When a prospect asks you a question, it's more important for you to find out why they asked the question than it is to answer it. If someone came to you and the first thing out of their mouth they said to you was, hey, do I have to buy your product from a channel partner or could I buy it directly from you? The answer might be both, one or the other, but that's not quite important. What's important is why did they ask that? And the more out of sync the question is with the normal buying process, the more it probably hides a certain pain that you can leverage. So if someone says to you, hey, do I have to buy your product from a partner or could I buy it directly from you? It's an interesting question. I get that a lot. Let me ask you, what were you hoping I would say? Because what you're really trying to find out is why that question was asked. Because behind that question is probably a pain they are having with the installed vendor or others that they're looking at. You want to be able to capitalize on that in your sales approach.
In the past, I would get really excited when somebody would ask me a question, didn't really understand why, and I would jump at the opportunity to answer the question. And I found that I missed a lot of details by not sometimes reversing the question and understanding, great question, Mr. Prospect. Why are you asking this question at this certain point in time? Of course, I don't like to miss details. If I miss details, the end product delivery could be flawed from my end. Like if I miss something, that's a very big deal. So asking the right questions and not just assuming that I know the answers to everybody's thoughts turns into sort of a game of strategic chess. And still my end goal is to make sure that when I deliver, I just want to make sure that everything is according to the way it needs to be, basically.
Discuss this Sandler rule with your sales team and think about how you can apply it in your sales process. And don't forget, you can join us live in Orlando for the Sandler Summit. We're going to be getting our best trainers and our top clients from around the world together. Go to sandler.com/summit for more information.